I watched the blue eyes of my manager, James, grow wide with relief, and I realized I'd lost my chance to sneak out the way I'd come. I'd been spotted. I shuffled my feet, about to run as he headed straight toward me. "Thank God you're here," he said with a heavy sigh. By his clothing and features, you wouldn't think anything was wrong. Every part of him was put together, from his perfectly styled blonde hair to the starch of his suit. Even his smile was intact, looking no worse for the wear. It was all a lie. I knew James well, and behind that calm exterior, he was freaking out. His superpower was never letting it show as he calmly diffused any situation the hotel hurled at him. "What is going on, and how do I get out of it?" I whispered. He let out a dark chuckle. "Sorry, Emma. The only way out for you is through." I narrowed my eyes on him. "I'm not sure I like you right now." "Don't be that way. You know you love me." Damn him for being right. For 3 years I'd worked my way up at the Cameo, all the way to taking James's supervisor spot when he was promoted to manager. With his quick wit and charm, we had even ended up dating for a short period. But the timing had been off. "Keep telling yourself that," I said, teasing him. His lips drew into a smile as he ran his fingers down my arm. "Every day." I bit my bottom lip as I looked up at him. "All right, quit stalling." The smile on his face fell, and he cringed at the level of one voice that boomed out above the others. "Housekeeping missed an entire floor." "What?" Maybe at some low-end hotel it wouldn't have been so bad, but the Cameo catered to a higher level of clientele, and they had high expectations. He nodded. "Nothing was done. Not the rooms that were occupied or the ones that checked out." "Shit," I hissed under my breath. "What's being done now?" "They're working on the floor now, and minor complaints are being comped meals and discounts, removing and upgrading the incoming guests as well as comping others, case dependent." I nod. "Make them happy. Whose floor was it?" "Valeria is looking into the matter. Right now, we're just taking care of the fallout one case at a time." He inched toward the door, and I sidestepped to block him. "Where are you going?" "I'm sorry, Emma," James said as he took my hand and pressed the keys into my palm before he pushed through the office door. I swung my arm out and stopped it from closing behind him. "Coward," I hissed. He turned back to me and smiled. "Let's get a drink tomorrow. You're going to need it." I shook my head and rolled my eyes. "You're paying." If I didn't like him so much, I might have punched him for the mess he was leaving me. Though I wasn't really alone. Miguel, the hotel assistant manager, was standing with Jacqueline, one of the clerks. Hopefully he wouldn't abandon me as well, but he often stayed after 5. With a heart's sigh, I straightened my jacket and walked over to Shannon, who was helping a very red-faced man. She seemed flustered, her hands were shaking, and she seemed to have difficulty stringing her words together. Then again, he refused to let her speak. I set my hand on her shoulder. When she turned to look at me, relief flooded her face. "Go take a break," I whispered to her. She mouthed a thank you before scurrying off. "Hello, sir. I apologize for your experience with us today." "You should. That room should be condemned. Beer bottles, condoms, broken mirrors, and trash everywhere. I needed a damn tetanus shot to set foot in there. How is that acceptable?" "It in no way is. We experienced a technical difficulty today." "That's not my problem." "No, sir, absolutely not." I scanned the computer to find an open room. "I would like to comp your room tonight and move you to one of our junior suites at no extra charge for the rest of your stay. Is that agreeable?" He pulled back, no longer leaning over the counter like he wanted to throttle me. In a way, he looked defeated, almost as if he wanted to fight me. But my response wasn't what he expected. He nodded. "That works." One of the most valuable tricks I learned in my years working at the hotel: never let people see when they're getting to you. I gave him my best smile, making sure it reached my eyes, while my ears were bleeding from the shrieks of a Barbie-esque socialite at the other end of the counter. Her complaint was minor compared to the man in front of me. Not that what happened was excusable, but not having 2 towels exchanged and her garbage can emptied was hardly something to shriek about. Complain?